rainy Wednesday. We just want to take a couple minutes and kind of circle back and give you an update on something that's been happening in the life of our church, but isn't necessarily always that visible. And a few months ago, we started talking about Alpha. And this fall, we've been running 2 Alpha courses, one for adults online on Thursday nights, and then the other has been on Wednesday nights in person for high school youth. And they've been fantastic, but we just realized that some of our churches probably asking, like, what's going on with Alpha, or is it still happening, or what even is that? So we just want to talk about it, and we're finishing both of those courses up in the next couple weeks. But one of the cool parts about Alpha and what they set up for you is this time to be away, or to take a retreat, or even just a day away, to really kind of focus in on some key subjects, to talk about the Holy Spirit's work. And Mark, you guys just did this kind of day away, and kind of a weird time to have to plan a day away, and there's some nuances with that. But this past Saturday, you guys met here at the Mosaic building, actually, and can you just tell us, like, what was it like and what was awesome about it? And
Yeah. So leading up to this day away, I think we've met for 7 weeks online, and most of the people who've signed up knew some of the people in the group in person prior to signing up, because most of the people were invited by someone, which is kind of the Alpha model.
Right, yeah.
But didn't know most of the people prior to joining the group. And so the group dynamic was very much built online, in an online context. And so leading up to, everybody knew this was coming because it was something that we spoke about from the start of the group when we started. Everybody knew it was coming, but I think it was one of the things that was just delightful about Saturday was being able to get together in person and not be constrained by some of the limitations of a digital platform. That said, it also made me realize just what a gift Zoom is. Like, all over again, I was like, oh man, this is something that I think plays a key role in how we're building at the moment, where you can get a bunch of people together in a virtual room, some of whom believe in Jesus, some of whom don't, some of whom are figuring out a whole lot of stuff, and just have like an earnest, sincere, and low-pressure conversation about what the Christian faith is, what that looks like. And so when we came together in person on Saturday, I felt like an immediate openness to conversation, just a readiness to engage. It was beautiful to see like these growing, budding friendships that are forming through the group. And that, I believe, will continue after this group is over. There are another 4 weeks. We met here in the building. We obviously had to maintain social distancing. There were, I think, 8 of us or 9 of us sat in a big circle in the middle of the auditorium upstairs, and we kind of looked at each other from a distance wearing masks. But like, despite all of that, it felt intimate, it felt very personal, and I believe that people were ministered to through that, and that the Holy Spirit was at work in those conversations in ways that allowed people to draw closer to God. So we're celebrating that. We're celebrating the friendships that are forming, and that will hopefully continue after this particular group is over.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's cool that this isn't even the climactic moment of Alpha. It's almost like you're going back to Zoom this week. But I remember you saying like that this time together in person probably like builds some relational equity even into the Zoom experience.
I think our next 4 weeks are going to look slightly different because of what we were able to build in our time together on Saturday. Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah, so for High School Alpha, we are kind of mimicking that same thing this coming Saturday, where we have kind of a half day. We're meeting here in the building, which for high school students will be a familiar environment, like that's what they do on Wednesday nights. But we're hoping for a lot of the same thing, that the conversation would be deep and that we have some extended time to talk about prayer and how do we relate with the Holy Spirit. And just love to invite you as our church to continue to pray for Alpha. We're giving a lot of thanks to God for what he's been doing through it, but just there's lots of opportunity coming. So you can pray for those students and those leaders who are coming on Saturday. Another thing we've been talking about a little bit is just kind of what happens next, kind of as Alpha wraps up before Christmas. Where does it go? And I think one of the cool things is just that Alpha exists inside of kind of the ecosystem of our church family, and that the relationships, the conversations don't have to just stop when the videos stop. Yeah. Is there anything you're kind of looking forward to as we explore that?
Yeah. So first of all, just to pick up on the prayer thing that you spoke about, we've got 3 people within the Alpha group who are part of the team, in a sense, that are helping to lead the group, myself and then 2 other people. But we have a whole prayer team as well who have been keeping up to speed on what's happening on Thursday nights, at Youth Alpha on Wednesday nights, and praying intentionally for that. And it's just such a beautiful way for people to serve in an intentional way and to help advance the mission of Alpha, or I wouldn't even say the mission of us extending the gospel to people who don't know Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's been really beautiful. We just started a conversation this week about, well, for this particular group, there's not a lot of framework within Alpha for how do you continue afterwards unless you get involved in another Alpha in a leadership capacity in some way, which some of the people might not be ready for yet, might not want to do. And somebody within the office and somebody within the current group, one of the believers said, hey, we'd love to run like a follow-up group for these people. We're kind of a beta. That's not an official thing in any way. But they're saying, hey, could we keep these conversations going with these people who are growing and hungry and interested, and let's see where it goes. And so we're starting a new small group, looking at what that might look like in the new year.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, and obviously high school youth doesn't stop at Christmas either, so it's cool that we have this built-in context for, again, just kind of stewarding and steering what God is clearly doing. So thanks for being a church that has loved and rallied and prayed for Alpha this fall. It's just, I'm marveling at what God is doing, and so just wanted to share some of that with you too. We hope you have a great rest of your day. I do want to make one last plug. This Sunday is our Thanksgiving celebration, and part of that is we're putting together kind of a montage of gratitude videos from all of us, our whole church, and you need to submit one. So you can do that by filming yourself, answering the prompt. I've experienced God's faithfulness through fill in the blank. What is it this season that has shown you God's faithfulness? And you can upload it on the Mosaic website. We'll drop that link in the caption for this video, but just got to put that out there. We love you. Stay out of the rain if you can, and we'll see you Sunday.